Do you ever have a movie come out and you go see it and you come out of the theater and you had a good time and the movie made you feel good? It made you really, it had a good message to it, and you come out and you're sort of smiling and sort of thinking about your life and the world and what you want for your future, and you know, it just has a real effect on you in that way. And then you go home and you click on reviews of the movie, and everybody hates it. Everybody hates it. That was the reaction that I had, experience I had when I saw The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Here we have the Target exclusive Blu-ray, which has the DVD in it and the Blu-ray, and a bunch of covers from Life magazine throughout the years, which is kind of neat. I always like cases like this that have a little something special in them. Ben Stiller directs the movie, stars in the movie. This was clearly a sort of a passion project, although a project that really kicked around Hollywood since I was a kid. I remember Jim Carrey being attached to it at one point. This is a movie that everybody wanted to do, and in the end nobody could commit to it, and it languished in development hell until Ben Stiller got a hold of it. And what Ben Stiller decided to do with this movie, which was originally a short story by Thurber, and then it was also a movie in the 50s with Danny Kaye, a musical. What Ben Stiller decided to do with it was make this movie that was, yes, a comedy, and it has the sort of outrageous dream sequences in it that the original movie was made for, famous for, but is also, I think, a really poignant movie about a guy who's middle-aged. He hasn't done as much with his life as he really wanted to. He got caught up in taking care of his family after his father died, and he's never really gotten to figure out who he is and really reach his full potential. And he's sort of inspired not only by meeting Kirsten Wiig, who he sort of is in love with from afar, but also by, he works at Time magazine, he develops pictures, or I'm sorry, he works at Life magazine, and he develops pictures, and Sean Penn is a photographer that he works with a lot. He sent him a picture for the last cover of Life magazine, and it's not there. He can't find it. You know, his job sort of hinges on him finding this picture. And so he decides to actually try and track Sean Penn down. And he flies to all over he goes to, where is it, Greenland, I think, is the first place he goes to. And, you know, he ends up even in Afghanistan at one point. And it's the kind of movie that really encourages people to be the best version of themselves, to really try and find who you are and embrace it and be courageous. And I don't understand why it didn't get good reviews. One review I saw, the critics, they were talking about how it was kind of creepy. It was kind of creepy. Ben Stiller directs himself. And look at this movie. This movie is all about how awesome Ben Stiller is. And I thought, no, it's not. That's not what the movie's about at all. The movie is not about how awesome Ben Stiller is. First of all, he's playing a character. I mean, Mel Gibson directed himself in Braveheart, and that movie won the Academy Award, and critics loved it. You could say Mel Gibson was directing himself to show how awesome Mel Gibson is. Lots of actors direct themselves in movies, whether it's Ben Affleck in Argo or Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves. Lots of actors direct themselves, and nobody I've ever seen that criticism uh, uh, held against anybody else, just against Ben Stiller in this one movie. And I think that it's a petty kind of a criticism. It's not even, first of all, talking about the movie itself, but second of all, that's not what the movie's about. It's not. Walter Mitty is this meek, mousy little guy. And yes, he has to overcome that sort of meekness and find his inner strength. But that's just sort of a thing people have to do in life anyway. And honestly, the bad reviews baffle me. It heartens me to know that this actually has found a following. Younger people especially really do like it a lot. And it's not a perfect movie. I mean, I remember the first time I saw it, as much as I liked it, I had been looking forward to it so much because the trailers were so amazing that I was slightly disappointed. It didn't quite live up to what I had expected it to be. But since then, I've watched it like 10 times. And every time I watch it, I like it more. And I think it's just one of those movies that maybe it only speaks to certain people. I mean, it's like that stupid dress that everybody was obsessed with a couple years back. Is it gold and white or is it black and blue? Some people saw it one way, some people saw it another, and they couldn't understand how the other people didn't see what they saw. When I watch this movie, I see a director who is trying to make a statement about life, and he absolutely succeeds. Other people watch it and they see this pretentious vanity project. I guess everybody has their own opinion, but my opinion, 4 out of 5 stars for The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I highly recommend seeking it out, and I highly recommend, if you enjoy it, watch it. Wait 6 months, a year, go back to it, watch it again. If you're like me, you will like it better every single time you see it, and it will be the kind of movie where after you watch it, you really want to do something with your life.